All right, so as I'm sure you know, our next panel and the panelists have come a bit of a long way to come over here, a little bit over the pond, right? So, out of curiosity, how many Doctor Who fans are we at? In that case, really quickly, don't record the footage. I know you want to get to it. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce from the Nerdist our friend, Mr. Chris Hardwick.
Welcome to Hall H. Welcome. Hey, Mike. How's it going? Hey, guys. Thank you for welcome. First of all, welcome to the first official day of Comic-Con. It's nice to see you all. I'm wearing. This is the Doctor Who panel, and I'm very excited to show you people that you are very excited to see, and also some never-before-seen footage that we're going to show you. But let's, everyone caught up on Doctor Who? Is everyone caught up, I assume?
Yes!
But just in case you're not, or just in case it's been a couple months since you watched, let's take a look back at Series 8 really quickly, and then we'll get into the panel. Series 8 highlight Doctor Who! Ladies and gentlemen, Comic-Con, please welcome to the stage, executive producer, lead writer, Stephen Moffatt! The Long Walk. Also, playing Missy this season, Michelle Gomez! And a person by the name of Clara Oswald, Jenna Coleman! And guys, this is his first appearance at the Comic-Con, Peter Capaldi! Over here, next to me.
I didn't listen.
This is, you guys, Doctor Who, here they are. This is your very first Comic-Con. You haven't been to one of these before.
No, it's cosmic.
How do you feel? There are about 7,000 people here who came out to see. You can't even see the back.
I've never been in front of 7,000 people before in my life.
Go, Peter!
I can't hear them all, though, probably. I can't hear you at the back. All those years in pantomime.
This is, Series 8 was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I love the tonal shift in the show. You are phenomenal as the Doctor. I love that you're kind of cranky and intense, and you sort of don't know if he's a good guy or not. And did you and Stephen talk about all that stuff going into the season? How did you arrive at this guy?
I think he just saw those qualities in me. Just cast me that way.
Is that true, Stephen?
But partly, it's partly maximising what you've got with the new Doctor.
Yeah.
And what I thought Peter could bring to it. But it's a lot, you know, the truth about this is, and no one ever quite believes me, but the difference in the way you write the Doctor isn't that great. It's what the actors bring to it that changes it. The changes in emphasis come from the actors. And you've kind of got to get out of the way of that and facilitate it a bit. And as you start to see what Peter's doing with it and can do with it, you start writing towards it. So it's not that on paper, the Doctors are surprisingly similar. It's what it's what each of these brilliant actors bring to it.
And how far into shooting do you start noticing, there's a quirk or there's something, and I think I kind of like what they're doing with this, so I'm going to sort of go in this direction with it. Like, how long does it take for you to go, aha, this is the guy that we've arrived at?
It's pretty quick, actually, because you're seeing it, and there's a sort of massive shock at the beginning because it's somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, those first rushes, which were for his first appearance in Deep Breath, when he pops out of the TARDIS, that is the first thing that he shot, apart from the regeneration. And so you're very, very quickly seeing what, how it sounds, how it feels coming out of that new mouth. But in a way, you almost want to sort of blind yourself to what it is you're doing. You just start writing for that voice, which is a very, very distinct voice. And it's Scottish, which just is automatically better. And for some reason easier for me, I don't know.
And you just let him be Scottish this season.
Well, we've let him be English before. What difference is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, why would he have an English accent, American accent, a Scottish accent? Why?
Because a lot of places have the North.
Not you, apparently.
Not me. That sounds people already knew who you were going into this, but did you feel the weight of Doctor Who immediately? I mean, has it been on like any other experience, any other show that you've worked on before?
Well, it's the only show that I think is in my bones very deeply. It's the only show that I've followed since I was 6 years old. So although, I always think people have a very intimate relationship with the program Doctor Who, even though it now exists on this scale, which is huge and wonderful. It's the only show that I've ever been in that I really knew and loved. And even when I went and I did an episode with David Tennant, it was fantastic, and I was so excited to be there, and I thought that would be my only contribution, the only time that I would get to be in Doctor Who. And I remember turning up on the set and saying to him, David, where's the TARDIS? And he took me over to the police box in the corner, and I got quite teary.
Oh. Someday.
No, I never thought that. I never thought that would be a direction that we'd be going in again with Doctor Who. So I was thrilled that Stephen did decide to go in that direction, and here I am.
Yeah. Jenna, a wonderful companion. I mean, it's even sort of... I even feel like it's weird to even use the term companion, because I feel like you kind of domed the Doctor this season a little bit. I mean, it wasn't... It felt like he was...
There was some slapping, I feel, at some stage.
It kind of felt like there were some episodes where it sort of feels like he's her companion right now. So, coming from the previous seasons, did you guys figure out like, well, let's take a little bit of a turn with Clara. Let's kind of make her more his character?
No, not really. I mean, we saw the school teacher side of Clara, and I think maybe like the earthbound side of Clara, and then actually, I think a lot of that series was about them working each other out and working how this new dynamic is going to work. Which is great actually, because we're mid-shooting at the moment, and in a way we've found our groove together, and I feel like they are on really equal kind of terms. They both help drive the TARDIS, but I help drive the TARDIS.
Yeah, of course,
I press a lot of buttons and Peter looks at me.
You stick your hands into that jelly psychic stuff.
I try to. I get really overexcited, and then I just see Peter being very cool, just staring at me across the console, like, no.
But this also, you were managing a relationship this season, and so how did your relationship with Danny Pink, how did that factor in with what is the relationship with you and the Doctor at this point?
Now? What we're filming right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you probably can't really say. In series 8, what was your guys' relationship?
I think we were figuring it out. It was kind of quite experimental. It's kind of like getting to know your best friend all over again, and the rules are different, and the dynamic is totally different. So it was a case of it all being thrown up in the air and us exploring together and seeing how it falls, I suppose.
Yeah. One of the questions, like over on Walking Dead, it's like, well, can you have a relationship in the zombie apocalypse? And it seems like, how hard is it to maintain a relationship when you are a companion to this man who snaps you up at a moment's notice? And how do you manage a personal life in that world?
Well, she has a rule that she has to be dropped off like 30 seconds after she left the TARDIS. After she left,
right. That
was kind of a thing, because she doesn't actually live on the TARDIS.
No.
She's saying, I'll come and travel through all of time and space with you, but only if you'll drop me off 30 seconds after I've left, so I don't miss like maths class or something.
Right. Why do you think she does it?
I think she's a bit of a control freak, and I think she's trying to have both lives at once.
Yeah, because she basically lied to Danny a couple times, like, oh, he says it's fine.
Well, it was like bending the truth. Got in a big tangle of lies last series, but this series it's much more. She is headfirst in the TARDIS with the Doctor.
Right. I want to talk to Michelle for a sec about a wonderful. I mean, you should be caught up by now if you're here, but Mistress, seeing the arc of her and seeing all the speculation from that first episode, and then seeing, oh, heaven, afterlife, weird, Missy. What was your approach to this character as we got crumbs of her throughout the season and then finally paying off?
Well, luckily I never know why I'm saying what I'm saying, so it kind of helped to kind of arrive fresh and just trying to stay as present as I could on the day, and obviously the writing is all there for me. It's kind of one of the easiest jobs I've ever had, because it's just a thrill to turn up and be given this opportunity to be the master. It's still sort of a pinch me moment, really. So I just hope that, you know, as long as I knew my lines and I could turn up on the day, that some little bit of magic would happen, and just, you know, we're really lucky that the dynamic between the three of us was sort of instantly really seemed to work. So.
Who do you think the master is, and what do you think she wants ultimately?
I think he or she or it is everybody's idea of the kind of the best villain you could have. Maybe it's like it's kind of like the best friend that you love to hate, I suppose, in a way. And she gets to say all the stuff that we think, but we're not allowed to say. She just has a kind of attitude where the rules don't apply to her, and it's that makes it really fun to play.
But there was a really nice moment at the end where it just seemed like she just wants her friend. Like, it just seemed to be about friendship. And where you would think, well, there are these two opposing forces and they're constantly at odds with each other, but at the end it just seemed like, no, I just, you know, like, what happened to us?
I mean, yeah, I think if you really break it down, it's like it's this great friendship that just went wrong, you know, and we've all had them, and so it sort of seems to be like her life's purpose to kind of, you know, chase after the Doctor and try and make him understand that, you know, no, you started it, I'm right. So, as long as you're not getting that, so. And you're also getting in the way of me trying to destroy the universe, which, you know,
we've all been there.
I really have to do, but the Doctor's just a bit of an irritant when it comes to that.
Stephen, how do you define their relationship with the Doctor?
Oh, they are friends. That's the terrifying thing. That's what's interesting, but they're not enemies at all. She isn't his arch-enemy. The Master's always been the Doctor's best friend. They're just it's a friendship between a vegetarian and a hunter. If you were to talk to Missy right now, and indeed you just have, she would say, well, what do you mean? I kill people.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think's in your bacon sandwich right now?
Right.
So what?
Yeah,
right. The Doctor's a bleeding heart liberal, and I like to kill people for fun. That doesn't mean we don't have a lovely time together.
I mean, that's the difference right there. We both do the same thing. We both kill a lot of people. He feels bad about it, I don't.
Right.
She meant in character.
How do you see it, Peter? How do you see their relationship?
Doctor and Master?
Yeah.
I think she distresses him terribly.
Yeah.
I think he's pleased to see her. And I have to say, really, a lot of it has been made of the gender change. But I think people should really applaud Michelle for coming into this role and embracing it and filling it so completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he finds her, his heart kind of sinks, you know, when someone walks into the room. You go, I'm pleased to see you. Then you go, oh, I remember, I'm gonna have to go through all this shit. Something really bad is going to happen. I'm gonna have to put up with all of this.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, because basically, you know, up until he spent so much of his time thinking, I'm alone in the universe, I'm the last of my kind. Oh, I'm not! Oh, that's the one that survived.
Yeah.
You know?
Life is shit, business as usual.
But the idea, there seemed to be this,
It's Scottish philosophy.
But this idea where it seemed like they were trying to this season to show, do you think the Doctor understands who he is? Do you think he's able to admit what he is? And do you agree with the assessment of a lot of the story going, no, you're a soldier, like you kill people, you're not, you know, you may not be a good guy.
No, I think the process of regeneration is one that's as much of a shock to the incumbent as it is to everyone else. So I think he doesn't know who he is. So he spends a lot of the time scrambling around trying to find out what his character is, what his nature is. And obviously in season 8, I think he struggled a lot with the fact that he knew that he was compelled from within to pursue the greater good, which would often mean that he would leave wreckage in his path. And he would do that, but he wasn't comfortable with it. He didn't know that that was a good thing to do or to be. So he's a constantly growing character. I think he is not a soldier. He's a good guy. He'd rather that there was no violence. He'd rather that there was peace. He'd rather sit in the car park at night looking at the stars, you know, than have to go out and blow up Daleks. Blowing up Daleks. And I think he enjoys it as well once he gets going. But yeah, I don't think he sees him as, he's not a military figure.
Right.
He's a sort of bohemian slash philosopher slash rebel Time Lord.
Right. Jenna, it seemed like Clara was sort of struggling with who he was this season a lot too. And it seemed like, there was one particular episode where it seemed like, oh, they're gonna break up. Like there was a breakup episode, which genuinely made me sad at the top of the episode. We were like, well, this is our last, you know, because it felt very much like, oh, when you're in a relationship, you have one more time and maybe this is it.
Yeah.
Did she really believe that was gonna be it?
I think she got scared, actually. I think it was the Kill the Moon episode you're talking about, where they
And
had the big party at the end. And
yes.
Yeah. I think that she got scared and suddenly didn't feel safe, maybe for a moment. She was so used to having the 11th Doctor. She was familiar with how it was working, and then suddenly your best friend changes his face, and who knows what to trust anymore. So I think it was it was just getting to know each other all over again, getting to know somebody who, you described it to me as, imagine going in to see someone who's had an operation, who looks different, and you go to see them, and it's like changing all the rules, basically.
Yeah. And do you think she's starting to get to a comfortable place?
Oh yeah, they're very much team. I think after the end of last series, they found their groove, and they're very united in the TARDIS, kind of eating up all of time and space with reckless abandon.
Excellent.
What could possibly go wrong? The finale.
We are going to take some questions in a few minutes, but right now we've been talking about Series 8, but I think now it's a good time to spin a little bit and start talking about Series 9. We happen to have a first look, never before seen trailer of Series 9, which seems like this is the appropriate place to show that. So let's roll the preview for Series 9 Doctor Who.